Yeah, but drunks always, like every time I've been in traffic court, people just love courts love drunks.
Yeah.
Because they want them to get better.
For some reason.
So, like, I go and, I drove with a suspended license, so I got arrested. And the judge was like, your record is reprehensible. You show no remorse. You do nothing but repeat your offenses, and I'm going to go the limit with this. Then the next guy's like, this guy threw a rock through a window, literally, and set a fire, and then passed out in the street. And he goes, are you in a program, young man? He goes, yes, sir, I am. Okay, good for you. Good luck. I wish you all the luck in the world.
All the luck.
The world. All of the luck in the world.
In the world.
I want everyone else to have bad luck so that you can have good luck, you stupid drunk from Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Joe had a little run-in years ago. Years ago, Joe wasn't able to get a license, registration, insurance, anything. He was like in that realm of your life when you go through that.
That's me right now.
So at the time, especially, the Reggies were a lot different on the windshield. It was just the sticker. So he drew one. He looked at one, got some colored construction paper, and drew the lines with the ruler. It used to just be like a grid with some holes that they punched in it on the date, almost like your inspection sticker still looks here in New York. And he drew it up, taped it to the windshield, and unless you were right on top of it, it looked perfect.
Wow.
Couldn't even tell. So his car breaks down on the parkway, and he's underneath the car, and a cop comes up and starts talking. So Joe's like, let me get my stuff out of the car. So he goes to go into the car, and the cop's kind of still looking at his tire, I think, had bent or something like that. So Joe just scrapes the crap right off the windshield. So the cop couldn't see it. And he goes, where's your registration and everything? He goes, oh, no, I don't have one. And he wrote him up for everything. Joe goes to court and just says, I wasn't driving. Because my car was broken down on the side of the parkway.
Right.
And it didn't matter how it got there or anything, because you could say I was trailering it, I was towing it.
Yep.
It was anything. So he got away without anything.
That's amazing.
And there he was driving with this forged government document. And
I got arrested once at the Holland Tunnel because this is how bad I was. My license was revoked. Not suspended, but revoked.
That's bad.
And I had, crazy amounts of warrants, open warrants. And the car I was driving had the plates from a different car.
Oh, that's never good. The cops don't like that.
No, and the plates were bad anyway. So, I mean, in other words, the car that they came from had expired. The plates were expired and from another car.
Wait, for anyone that doubted Louis was Mexican.
And I was coming through the Holland Tunnel, and I had no money. That's where it all started. That I came up to. I was one of those things where I pulled up to the toll booth and said, "Hi, I have no money. What do we do? How do we do this?" And the guy said, "Just give me your license, and I'll fill out a thing." And I go, "It's not on me." And he goes, "Give me your registration." I go, "I don't have that either." He says, "Give me your name and your social security number."
You just said how smart this guy is, Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't a smart thing.
No.
You're right.
And then he made me pull over, and I went to jail. First, he put me in a jail cell that's under the Holland Tunnel toll booths. There's a jail cell.
There is?
Yeah, he took me down some stairs.
Hey, you got to see something most people don't get to see.
Right. Yeah.
Unless you're a scofflaw, not a criminal.
Exactly. And I slept the night. I actually spent the night. I just slept in a little jail cell down there. And then they transferred me to Weehawken County Jail, and that was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life.
Is that one under a photo mat? Where's that jail?
Weehawken is a really bad jail.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why? I would not have thought that at all.
It's terrible. People are throwing food out the windows all the time because of the food. I mean, I almost puked just taking a bite out of a sandwich there.
Was it violent there, frightening?
Yeah, it was really scary. It was really bad.
Weehawken, who would have guessed?
Yeah, it's really bad. It's not. It's mostly New York drug addicts that get taken, because the New York jails overflow, and they start letting the Port Authority arrest people so that they can take them to New Jersey, because Port Authority is New York, New Jersey. So,
how long were you in for?
Like a day and a half. I was in, for a morning, afternoon, night, and the whole next day. It was horrible.
That's a long time.
Well, and when I got there, I was in a holding cell, and one of the guys in the holding cell said to me, "Don't let them take you out of this cell, because you'll never be heard from again. If you get moved to a permanent cell, they'll never find you. They lose people because it's a bad bureaucracy." And everybody in the cell agreed, don't leave this cell. And a cop would come once in a while and say, "We got to move you," and I'd go, "No." He said, "Just say no." I'm like, "How do you just say no to?" And I go, "No, I'm not moving." And he goes, "Come on, we're moving you to permanent cell." And I go, "I'm not leaving here." And he goes, all right. that kept happening. I just kept refusing to leave.
How do you refuse?
Just say no.
Wow, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
No, let me out.
It's really
I
bad.
don't belong here.
No, and the worst part was that there was a toilet just in the middle of the floor of the whole place, like in the middle of the room.
Yeah, you would just have to sit there.
Had to sit there and
There's no
close.
There's no
I
privacy
bet I got
or
dumped
anything.
even though I didn't
No,
say
it
it.
didn't.
I think you stopped it.
So wait, did you get moved to a permanent cell? You'd be there for a week, maybe.
Basically, and I mean, I was because I made bail before I even arrived because I called. I used the phone in the Holland Tunnel cell, and I made bail right away. But it took 2 days for the bail to find me.
Oh,
It's amazing.
man.
Yeah, it's bad.
How much was
Prison
bail?
System is bad. Oh, I mean, I had to pay. Yeah, it was
Like nothing.
No, it was a lot. It was like
Really?
$600 or something. I mean, for me, that was a lot then. Now I would be like, I'll pay $6 million to get out of here. I don't have that kind of money.
Figure we could take care of it right here in Brainerd. Give him that one.
Exactly. Right here in Brainerd.
I just want to be in full compliance.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Iraq. Yes.
Yes, because that helps
Fargo song.
They want more stuff.
Anyway, I was watching the election bullshit, and I don't think either of these guys should be president because they're both rich. And I have a problem with that because rich people don't know what it's like to be anything but rich. They have no idea. But see, poor people know what it's like to be rich. They know exactly what it's like because they got it all worked out in their heads what it's going to be like when they're rich. Every detail. I'm going to live in a chocolate house and I'm going to wipe my ass with live rabbits and the whole fucking thing. But rich people don't fantasize about being poor. Why would they? Oh, I'm going to have to wait in line and take the bus. The bus is when you're really, that's when you know you're poor again. That's the fucking word. Brrr, fuck. I'm on the bus again. Brrr. At least you can get off the bus. The subway, sometimes you get trapped down there, man. I never know where the fucking train is going. I have no idea where I'm going to end up when I get on a train. I get on the train, they make announcements, there's a dot on the side, but none of it adds up, really. The guy's like, this is a C train, but we're not making any C stops. If you want to go to 40, look, get the fuck off the train, first of all. We're not going wherever you're going. Get off. And everybody's like, ah, shit! So you see everybody break out of their trance. You know, they're all sitting there, and I gotta see, ah, fuck, motherfucker! That's where everybody loses it. I actually saw this. There was a guy who's like a priest, like one of these crazy, like homeless priests with a Bible saying, Jesus gave so that we could all have love, and ladies and gentlemen, this train is going out of service. Oh, motherfucking cunt! Jesus Christ! Fucking whore! Fucking bullshit. The worst is when they go express, like on a whim. They just decide, let's not stop anymore. This stopping is no fun. Let's just go until we hit a wall or something. And they tell you as the doors are closing, next stop 205th Street. And you gotta try to act like not one of the people that shouldn't be on the train. You know. Oh, that's great. It's good. That's good. I want to get there quicker. Yeah, that's right where I'm headed. It's good news. You gotta do that. You can't go, oh my God! I don't belong on this train. Help me. I'm afraid of that area. All these just other people moving their wallets to the front pockets. Just going, what the fuck else? Fucking things. All right, I'm ready. It's a weird fear that, white people have. Nobody who's not white is at all afraid. I swear to God. No, I don't know that. But I know that all white people are because it's like an automatic fear. Most white people live in New York all their lives, never go to Harlem, never even see it. It's like a beautiful place, never fucking see it. Because they're certain that as soon as you go to Harlem, someone immediately murders you. Like it's just an automatic, someone just stabs you right in the face. The instant you fucking cross 125th Street. Hey, how you doing? There you go. You know, that's all people in Harlem do. They just stand there waiting. They don't have like busy lives or social lives. They just stand there waiting for lost white people to kill when they get there. What's so uptight about race, you know? But one thing you can say racially that nobody ever gets offended is white trash. It's the one term that when you use it, nobody gives a shit. When you say white trash, nobody ever goes like, hey man, come on, why are you gonna talk like that? That's not cool. Nobody defends white trash. You can be talking to the most liberal hippie in the world. Hey, I saw this guy, he was white trash. And go, ha ha, fuck that guy. White trash piece of shit. Those people are hilarious. They're starving to death and live in trailers. Let's go shit right in their faces right now. I was in upstate New York recently, and people in upstate New York, pretty much all their lives are just shit there. I don't know if you've been up there, but you ever just drive through a whole town and you go, man, everybody's life sucks here. You can tell because if you drive through a town where people's lives are okay, they're walking around, they're doing stuff. You're going through these towns in upstate New York, people are just standing in front of their houses like... I saw this guy with his sign. I was at a red light in this town in upstate New York, and the sign said, honk if you love America, right? And I'm looking at the guy, and well, who is this guy? What is he doing? He's just standing there. Where the fuck is, that's his day? He went out and that's what he decided to do today? What kind of a day is that? And he looks at me and he's like angry because I haven't honked yet. And he's like, come on, honk, motherfucker. And he's like, oh, pissed off. And I decide, you know what, I'm not honking. Fuck him. Fuck him. He doesn't get to decide this rule. Who gave him the right to decide this, that the fucking... Fuck you. What if I go up to him with a t-shirt that says, lick my balls if you love Jesus? Come on, man, you gotta do it! What are you, a Jew? Lick him! Thanks a lot, folks. Good night. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, you know, I think abortion is, here's what I think. This is what I think. Here's what I think. I think you should not get an abortion unless you need one. In which case, you better get one. I mean, seriously. If you need an abortion, you better get one. Don't fuck around. And hurry. That's not getting an abortion that you need is like not taking a shit. That's how bad that is. It's like not taking a shit. That's what I think. I think abortion is exactly like taking a shit. I think it is 100% the exact same thing as taking a shit. Or it isn't. It isn't. It's either taking a shit or it's killing a baby. It's only one of those two things. It's no other things. So if you didn't like hearing that it's like taking a shit, you think it's killing a baby. That's the only other one you get to have. Which means you should be holding a sign in front of the place. People hate abortion protesters. They're so shrill and awful. They think babies are being murdered. What are they supposed to be like? I don't know, it's not cool. I don't want to be a dick about it, though. I don't want to ruin their day as they murder several babies all the time. I don't think it's killing a baby. I don't. I mean, it is. It's a little bit killing a baby. It's a little bit. It's 100% killing a baby. It is. It's totally killing a whole baby. But I think that women should be allowed to kill babies. That's what I think. They should be allowed to kill babies. Yeah. We kill babies! Do some shots and kill some babies. I killed like 4 babies last night. It was fucking retarded. I just think it has to be one or the other. You know, like when people say abortion should be legal, safe, and rare. Why rare if it should be legal? If it should be legal, it's shitting. If it should be rare, it's murdering baby. So I don't know what to tell my kids. My kids are, they wanted a dog, so I got them a dog. I got them a dog this year, which was a mistake. I shouldn't have gotten the dog. Because we rescued a dog. We got we adopt. Yes, you must, yes, always rescue. If you get a dog, get a rescue dog. Don't get a puppy from those horrible people who professionally raise dogs carefully. No. You need to just get a mystery dog that's been beaten and abused and traumatized on the streets of Puerto Rico and can't talk about it to anyone now. They never know. Do you know anything about the dog? She's afraid of pennies. So we think maybe somebody's been throwing handfuls of pennies at her face. But otherwise, no. So you take this random dog and just put it in your house with your family and watch their personality unfold. This dog is insane. I'll walk into the kitchen and the dog's just standing there alone like this. Like, you all right? Are you all right? My kids are terrified of the dog. My daughter goes to pet the dog. The dog goes like this. She's like, should I pet her? I don't think you should ever pet our dog, honey. So I took her to the vet. I took the dog to the vet to ask her what to do. And the vet said, listen, I think there's something you should seriously consider. I was like, please be saying to kill this dog. Please be a doctor that says the dog dies now. But she didn't. She said, I think you should consider Prozac for the dog. I was like, really? She said, yeah, it works. Calms the dog right down. But it's a big decision and you should think about it. I said, put 4 in her asshole right now. What do I have to think about? I don't give a shit what she's experiencing. Fucking fix it. Give her heroin. Shoot her up. Come on, puppy. Wow, your dog is really chill. Yeah. It only costs $400 a day to keep her like that. I didn't always feel this way. I used to love animals. I used to worry about animals. Just animals. When I was like 20, are all the doggies okay everywhere? I certainly hope so. But I'm 49 and I got 2 kids now. You know what happens? Your circle of concern tightens. I have 4 nephews. I don't love any of them. Fuck a dog. You know those ads, like the PSA on television about abused animals? They show you a dog with like an empty socket and he's like, ooh. They're always wet. I feel like they hose them down before they film them. This is, ooh, and the voice comes on, look at these dogs. Please send us money so that this can stop. Are you beating up the dogs? How's my money fixing that? You ever seen that PSA where they show you a really sad man? He's very upset, very sad man. He's holding a little sign, and it says, "Yeah, sure." And he says, "This is the text that killed my daughter." Because somebody texted, "Yeah, sure," and ran over his kid, which is awful. Although maybe they were responding to a text that said, "Can you please kill that kid?" And so they just wrote back and did it.
That's where you can find them.
That worked with me, with Dennis Leary, when I mentioned Adam's name.
Yeah.
Blew me off.
Am I drinking your fucking water?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Is this your water?
Fucking Leary.
Is this your water?
Fucking talentless cunt. Hate him.
Wow, you're not a big Dennis Leary fan?
Wait, what's this about? We can make a headline today.
Never mind. I might want to be in Rescue Me.
Let's make a little Google alert
I don't know
today.
where that came from.
Let's go for a Google alert. It's our new bit. Let's go for the Google alert. Why do you hate Dennis Leary?
You guys ever fight?
What?
Do you have an argument?
No, it's just funny because last time I saw him, we had a nice conversation. I'm always nice to him in public. He stole a bit from me years ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's all.
That's a biggie, though, Louis. What
Yeah.
bit? Because I used to listen to the early Dennis Leary stuff, and I thought he was a genius. And now I have to think you're the genius.
Well,
What bit was it?
oh, jeez.
Was it off his first album?
I don't know. I never heard his album.
Oh, please. Of course you have.
Couldn't be
I
bothered.
haven't.
Fucking Jimmy.
I was going to say.
Like you would take me to task.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you like it.
I was going to say, of course you have. That's where you got your
But
act
it's weird.
from.
I've never said anything about it, and I don't know why that just made me. Because you know why? Because he was shitty to you. That makes me mad.
He did. He fucking totally was a douche.
I don't care that he skates and has whatever, but the fact that he was a douche to you just
We've settled. We've since settled it.
First time I've said anything about him.
He's a
because-
friend of the show.
It was up in Boston. I was there with my friend Adam Ferrara, who was in The Job, the show The Job with him. And Adam was like, "Yeah, I'll take you up and meet Dennis." So I go upstairs. We're hanging out. All my friends, everybody's hanging around. The bar's kind of full. Dennis is up there getting a drink. I decide not to wait for Adam. I can do this myself. I'll walk up to Dennis Leary, say, "Hey, Dennis, I'm a friend of Adam Ferrara," shake his hand, and start talking. And that'll be that. So I walk up to the bar. I go, "Hi, Dennis. I'm a friend of Adam Ferrara. Name's Anthony." He goes, doesn't even look at me. He goes, "How you doing?" And then turns his back to me. He wasn't talking to anybody. He wasn't busy. He just went, "How you doing?" Turned his back to me, and I was just like, so I walk away slowly, and it was so bad that all my friends and everybody, workers, everybody,
We were uncomfortable.
couldn't even laugh at me for it.
Oh, no,
I
that's
looked.
bad.
I got a quick enough look to see them turn away and not look at me.
That's bad.
Were you embarrassed? Dude.
And forgot the part where Dennis Leary actually kind of did the backwards handshake without looking at
my
him like,
God.
yeah,
He just goes, "Yeah, how you doing?"
and reaches out his hand like,
my
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, "Oh," and all I was thinking is, I should have waited for Adam.
But you felt stupid?
Dude, so stupid. I felt like such a douche, and everyone was embarrassed for me, which hurt even
I'm so
more.
happy that
All
happened.
right. Well,
Wait. We can't let Louis off the hook here.
Let me
So
tell you.
what
'Cause
bit
let me
was
tell
it?
you what happened. I'll tell you. I have to tell you everything for it to be fair.
Uh-oh.
Because when I was a young fella starting in Boston, I guess I was like 19 or 20, 19, and I was doing my signature bit. The bit I closed with was a bit about if you were an asshole and you knew it, and how cool it would be to just say, "I'm an asshole," and just let yourself have that life. That your life would be better. Like you're driving, you go, "Hey, should I cut that guy off?" "Yeah, I'm an asshole. Why not?" You know, park in a handicapped space. Only an asshole would do that. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'm an asshole. That's me. And he said they should have like a picture of an asshole instead of a wheelchair, and just make those the asshole spaces and the whole bit. Anyway, so one night doing a show at a place called Play It Against Sam's in Boston. And Dennis is the host of the show. He was a huge star in Boston at the time, and on the comedy circuit. And he went on after me. He was always nice to me, by the way. Put me on the shows when I wasn't on them.
Should be.
Gave me guest spots. And then that night he went on after me, after I'd done the asshole bit, and like went, "That's really funny," and like remarked on it. And expounded on it, like, yeah, like, I'll do this because I'm an asshole, and I'll do that because I'm an asshole. Like, he just started.
He actually started riffing on it.
On my bit, but acknowledging that he just watched me do it. Which is, I think, is okay. And then, I don't know, a month later or something, I'm downstairs at Sam's. I just walk in, and he's just doing the bit. He just started doing it. And I was young and just started out, and I was like, "Well, he's huge."
Wow, I'm flattered.
What do I do? Well, and I remember thinking
And angry.
I remember thinking to myself, well, that's weird that he would steal. It's too bad that he has to. I'm tired of the bit. myself. I felt like I'd outgrown it, and so I just thought, I think I'd just let it go, and I did. And yeah, so then it became
yeah,
the song's made a huge amount of money, too.
Yeah, he more than stole a bit from you.
Yeah, he made it a number one single.
That's his signature fucking, thing.
So, yeah.
That was a video on MTV.
Yeah, I know.
That's how big that bit was for him.
I know.
It wasn't like a throwaway little bit you did.
No,
this
sir.
was like, this is what he's known for.
Yeah, it was a career-making bit.
He's still He still sings this song every time he performs.
Well, as a matter of fact, the last time, during 2 years ago at the New York Comedy Festival,
he closed with this.
He was, and I was on the show. Actually, I think he did it and then brought me on. And I just don't, I don't identify with it anymore. And the other thing, the pieces that are important to tell, is that years later I'm living in New York City. I run into Dennis on the set of a movie he's doing, and he says, God, you're always so funny. What are you doing with yourself? And at the time I was trying to finance independent feature I was making, and he gave me several $1,000s and helped me find it. He just basically gave me money.
That was guilt money.
Yeah, which I never really even thought of that, but I guess that's true. And I mean, he gave, and so he invested in it. And when I run into Dennis, we say hi to each other. And
was he counting out the money, going?
and then when I did his show in Avery Fisher Hall, and he played the song and brought me on, and I remember thinking, that's silly. That's a silly moment in my life. But I just don't. I don't know. It's weird. I don't. I've never said anything. It's just funny because this other poor fucking idiot has been accused for 3 years now of stealing shit from me, and I've never said a word about that because I'm ambivalent about it. But this is a guy who I completely watched steal my bit and make money off of it, and I've never done a fucking thing.
You know what the funny thing is? There's another story you told too, where Louis walked in on Dangerfields, remember that? And fucking Roddy was there, and he goes, "How you doing?" You're like, "I don't think I get no respect." And Roddy went,
I understand how you feel, huh? You know.
I mean, I've always had kind of a perspective about people that steal material that I feel like they're, I don't know, it feels like what they do to themselves is probably a lot worse than anything. I mean, what am I going to do about it? I just kind of continue living my life, making more things. But that is, the Dennis thing is a weird one. And I guess since he gave me money for my movie and he was always generally kind to me, I always felt like, well, I'd be a hypocrite to say something about it. Well, and for some reason, when I heard Anthony say that he was rude, that he's rude to you,
he was rude to me the first time.
Lit me off, made me mad.
But then we've had him on the show many, many times, and
right. So
he does your bits very well.
And he
Louis is a fucking shocking
employs
guy.
my buddy. So.
He's been a shocking guy since he was a little kid. Like when you said you were a little kid.
Yeah.
And he told me this. He was a boy. He would always curse.
Well, what do you say?
Like they went one time to see George Carlin, and they introduced him to young Louis, and Louis was trying to be shocking, and he was like, "Shit, piss, fuck, concosh like a motherfucker."
He goes, "How many words was that? 7?
7.
Was that 7 curses you just laid out?"
He lied, and they said, "Where'd you hear that?" He went, "On television."
That's impossible.
It's like I'm like the Forrest Gump of
comedy.
Yeah.
Louis, it continues today. Stephen S. from Bay Shore writes, this just in, Dennis's ex-wife let his dog out and got hit by a car, so he's continuing
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, Stephen S. Are you crazy?
Oh, my goodness.
He cried over that dog.
And I just get, let's all suck Louis' dick.
Oh, really?
Who
said that? Yeah.
Really? Everybody's mad
Let's
at
do
me?
it. I still owe him from Lucky
Yeah,
Louis.
so let's get
I'd
going.
be happy to suck.
Yeah,
I guess.
God, that sounded.
Oh, that was
gay.
from Dennis L. I'm sorry.
Oh,
He's a little.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a big
Like the
story right
criticism.
there. That's a Google alert right there for yourself.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like
The comedy blogger is going to run with that one, my friend.
Oh, sir, I don't like it.
Don't like being associated with that kind of shit, even from a
Why would you be? I mean, you fucking had that incident. Remember that time you said you were driving with a moose on the fender, and there was a problem?
Fucking Woody Allen. What's wrong with you? So obscure, I have to say.
But it was an
where
elk,
comes
actually.
from.
It wasn't a. It wasn't a moose.
It's cute. I like being a cracker. No, it's comical. Yeah. It reminds me. Yeah, is lunch coming up? Who mentioned cracker? I'm hungry. Someone get some cheese. Yeah, we have nothing. You guys should really. And here's the whole thing. We're on the same page. You guys made a mistake by unifying and saying we'll not be able to use the C word or it's very offensive to use the N word. We're not that dumb. Right. We will never cop to it. There may be words that we don't like. We're not going to tell you. Yeah. We just laugh it off. It's part of the big meeting white guys have every year. We're going to be having it down at the Sportsman's Lodge in Studio City this year. The big white guys meeting.
I was talking to a black friend of mine who I like to get mad by explaining to him how great it is to be white. It's just so great.
It is awesome. You guys
do whatever you want.
You black guys should try it sometime.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's awful that there's racism in the country, but it's mostly a problem for black people. For me, it's zero problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually affect my life. It makes me sad, but only when I reflect about it, thinking about it. But I don't. Yeah. Nobody bothers me. I'm white. The whole country's set up for me.
And plus, you're ultra white.
I'm very
You're
white.
opaque.
I'm
you
very
have
white.
red hair.
Yeah. I don't even, when I go to the airport, I don't even have to walk through the metal detector.
Oh, that white?
I'm that white. Wow. They're like, go around. You're fine. But I actually was making my black friend very angry by telling him that we get to opt in or out every year, too. That we get new incentive packages to stay white.
Oh.
Like, if we're going to Iraq, we got a lot of good stuff going on. And yeah, all right, I'll
stay white?
I'll stay white.
I'm going to stay white for this next break. Louis C.K. is going to hang with us. And I want to know what it's like, because you got started with Chris Rock on his show. I always hear he's a great guy, but I've never actually sat down with him. So a little of that. Also, some calls we have for you, Louis. Okay. And all that after this.
It's the Adam Carolla Show. Call Adam Carolla now. 866-901-ADAM.
Yeah, you should do that. Louis C.K. is here.
Sorry.
The wonderful comedian, Louis
Funny
C.K.
guy.
Lucky Louie coming to HBO starting Sundays in June. Also going to be at the Improv here in Hollywood. The real Improv tonight and tomorrow night as well. So you started as a writer, producer on Chris Rock?
Well, I was a comedian since I was about 17, but my first TV job was writing for Conan. And then I wrote for Chris Rock a little after that.
I resent people who knew what they wanted to do early in life. Yeah. I hate that guy. I always knew I wanted to be a veterinarian.
You know, it's not that I knew what I wanted to do. It was the other way. I had
you knew what you didn't want to do.
I had no other thing I could do. I mean, I actually fixed cars for a while, yeah, and I tried other stuff, and I flunked out of school. I didn't have a good...
All right. Okay, so as long as you were miserable and bad at other stuff.
No, I defaulted to stand-up.
Okay, then we're cool.
Yeah.
We're cool. So
I wasn't funny for the first 10 years I did stand-up.
Oh, now even better.
Yeah. I bombed all the time. I did.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow. I love failures.
Doing it.
The only thing I love more than failures are guys who beat themselves up more than they actually should about their failures.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that about comics, because comics have so much angst and self-loathing that when you sit around and talk to them, they're like, I suck, I'm horrible, I don't even know why I'm alive. I'll be doing a 2-hour set over in Irvine tonight where I stand on stage in front of 300 people and tell them about what I think for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, which one are you?
Yeah.
You should be one or the other, right?
Failure is a great part of comedy. It's part of why I love it, because going in front of a crowd and doing jokes and killing for an hour, there's satisfaction in that. But there's no great experience in that. Like going on a show, I did a show here in Hollywood at the Improv. They have a show called Mo Better Mondays, which is a black comedy show.
Do you explain your concepts on the black culture and community?
Well, actually no. But I did a show on Sundays at the Laugh Factory. They have chocolate Sundays, and that's all black. And I killed. They loved me there. And so I figured, hey, I'll do the other one, too, because all black people are the same. Sure. Different kind of prejudice.
Well,
I didn't realize I was
once
having.
you polled 5 of them, you know.
Yeah, you figure, hey, if I'm funny to these black guys, the ones down on the other they'll like me, too.
They're like penguins. How many do you really need to study?
Right. That's what I was thinking. But then Mo Better Mondays is a whole other culture, because they got the metal detector they bring in, and it's,
Yeah. It's the Apollo.
So they hated me. They hated me so much.
Good.
It wasn't even that they didn't like my jokes. It was I would do a joke and it would end, and there would be silence. And then when I moved on to the next joke, they'd murmur like, that was the whole joke? That was it? Like they wouldn't know till I started number 2 that number 1 was over. That's how disconnected I was from them. Anyway, I went down real hard. I did like 5 minutes, and they booed me off the stage. And I sat in my car afterwards, just bathed in sweat, trying to breathe normally. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That was awful. And I'll never forget that moment. I've had thousands of shows where I've killed. I don't remember them.
Right.
I'll never forget sitting in my car after Mo Better Mondays just going, oh my God.
Good.
That was brutal. They hate.
Yeah, well,
and that's great. I love that.
That's how it works. It's like this. The ratio. That's why you should never leave your house. It's I tell that to Damashek. He punches his name into the computer. Mm-hmm. There's 10 people that say they love his sports, and then one of them that says he sucks, and he focuses on that one person.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's actually 2 or 3 people that say he likes his sports. But the point is,
no one has yet to write in and say they love
maybe no one likes his sports. But the point is, he still focuses on the negative.
His mom's typing in his aliases saying that.
Right. Don't bother. It'll kill you. All right, let's so Chris Rock. Yes, how did that happen?
Well, we were doing stand-up at the same time in New York and came up relatively around the same time in New York. And when he got his own show, he called me and asked me to work on it. I'd made some films and stuff and written for Conan, and I did well there. So he called me and asked me to work for him. So I just started working with him.
I always heard that was a great environment.
It was awesome.
That he was great and that it was easy and that it wasn't all... people don't realize, ironically, that comedians can be some of the most uptight a-holes on the planet.
The worst kind of person on earth, I think. Yes. A stand-up comedian.
Yeah, it even transcends just being an a-hole. It's the worst human being.
Oh.
I mean, just picture working for Jerry Lewis or something.
Yeah, no.
I mean, just picture working for, Johnny Carson and Jerry Lewis and all these a-holes. Just imagine that. You know what I mean? Awful. And so, ironically, a place that you'd think would be like, it'd be like Willy Wonka's factory. Oh, there's going to be comedy, big troughs of comedy to bathe, and turns out vitriolic, horrible, hate-filled, whatever. Yeah. But Chris Rock, not that way.
No, Chris was great because he used to say, hey, I've got this opportunity, let's all take advantage of it. Like, he wasn't like, you work for me. Right. He was like, we're all funny, let's all do our comedy and I just happen to be the one who goes and sells it.
That's how I was at the Man Show, if you replace that with, hey, schmuck, get me some coffee.
Right. Yeah.
Mach Schnell. Yeah. But other than that, it was the exact same sentiment.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's play a little hypothetical question with Louis C.K. These are questions that there's no right or wrong answer.
Sure.
This is a hypothetical car ride across the country. One of 2 guys or gals sitting in the passenger seat while you drive. You tell us, who would you rather travel with?
Okay.
All right.
Where am I going?
We're going to New York.
From here?
Well, not from the studio, but from the Los Angeles area.
Okay.
I don't know.
3,000 miles.
3,000 miles, anyway you slice it, yeah. All right. This guy, the motivational speaker, the guy travels from college to college and town to town, really trying to help people out with his speaking, or the person who claims they don't watch TV.
I guess I would take the motivational speaker.
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Is that wrong? I thought you said there were no right or wrong.
Well, usually there isn't, but that one was so egregious that we had to beep it. Yeah. Now, the motivational speaker is going to talk your ear off.
Yeah, and that's good.
And you're going to realize that you're actually better at his job than he is.
Right.
Somewhere around Barstow. Yeah.
Well, I've driven across the country a bunch of times, and here's where I've learned to be with guys like that. When you're working at a comedy club and you get picked up at the airport by the young person that works there.
Yes.
And you just got off a plane and you just want to go to the hotel room and masturbate. And they want you to talk about yourself and ask.
Yeah.
So I just go, so where are you from?
Right.
And then they run their stupid mouth. Yeah. And I shut down.
What is it about going to hotel rooms that doubles your masturbation productivity?
It's instantly.
I think about that when I spread out on the comforter. I think, look, if I'm doing double time here, imagine what the last sap was doing.
No, when the bellman puts his...
Use it like a cigar uses an ashtray.
No.
Okay.
I use his hand.
Why are you putting your hand out? Wait, when I see that hamburger, the hamburger helper.
I guess the plasma screen.
We keep getting... All right. I don't know what
hands. That's all the sex I know anymore. I'm a married man. My hand is it. That's it. That's all there is. Not even her hand anymore.
Oh, really? No, off to your own. All right, let's keep pushing forward here. Let's see.
Making you uncomfortable.
All right,
sorry.
yes, I am very uncomfortable with talk of masturbation. Here's the guy at the gym who takes the sweatshirt and cuts the elastic out of the collar.
Give it up for Mr. Louis C.K. Hello, everybody. How are you? Good. I'm doing well. I had a good day today. I went to the movies, and before the movie now, they show you that whole presentation where they explain that you shouldn't download movies on the internet because you're hurting all the people that work on the movies. They need to feed their families. So you shouldn't download movies on the internet. And I thought, holy shit, I had no idea. I just didn't know you could download movies on the internet. That is great news. I'm going to download all of them. I went to the park today. I like going to the park because I can masturbate without my wife bothering me. So I'm at the park, and there's these no drinking signs. And it doesn't say no drinking. It has a picture of like a martini glass with a line through it. Are those really the people causing the problems with the drinking in the parks? Shouldn't it be like a bottle in a bag with a line through it? Are there guys out there at 3 in the morning? So, yeah, my wife and I got in a big fight today because she says I don't listen to her, and I don't. But it's not because I don't love her, blah, blah, blah. It's because she sucks at talking. I swear to God, she sucks at it. When she starts telling a story, it immediately turns into another. Like, she takes every story and divides it into 50 stories that each branch out into encyclopedias about other stories. And I try, because I love her. When she starts talking, I'm like, oh, I'm locked in. I'm going to listen to the whole thing. But somehow I just, I drift. I can't do it. Every story, she's like, oh, you know when my sister was in college? Not when she went to Antioch. You know how she transferred because of that, because that guy that got weird. Not the little guy, the guy with the beard. You know, the thing, I think he was arranged. What are you talking about? Pick a thing. That's what I do. I go, here's the story when I tell it. I bought a tomato and I ate it and it was good. Anyone can follow that story. It was about a tomato the whole time. No, she's great. She is. I love her. I mean, without her, I'd be living under a bridge somewhere. God, that would be great. How great that would be. I would love that. We have a baby, and oh my God. When you have a baby, everything changes. And people tell you, they go, your whole life is going to change. And they were right. I think the biggest difference between my life now and before we had the baby is that now we have a baby. We have a baby. You know, that's a huge responsibility. You got to not leave him outside. You got a lot of stuff you got to take care of constantly. No, it's great, though. My father told me when I was a kid, he said, you're not going to know what it is to be a real man until you hold a tiny baby in your arms. And I didn't understand that then, but I do now, because I held my baby in my arms and I felt like a real man, because I could crush that. It's hard raising a baby because they're crazy. They're out of their minds. It was Easter, okay, and we're painting eggs, and so she broke an egg. So of course she's got to cry about that like a bitch for like half an hour. So, and I go, it's okay, honey, it's just an egg, and I give her another one, and she threw it at me, and then she just starts throwing eggs, and we're trying to stop her. We have like this rule that we can't say anything negative to her, so we're trying to stop her from throwing eggs without saying any negative. Like, how about not throwing the eggs? That would be interesting. Finally, my wife goes, we were having a nice Easter, but now we're not, and it's because of you. Yeah, that's really positive, honey. Why don't you just punch her in the face? Just punch her right in the face. You might get over that. The worst word a baby has when she learns it is the word why. I hate the word why. I really hate it. And it's not, look, like I used to judge other parents, but I don't anymore. Like, when you're like at McDonald's and you see a mother or father with a kid, and the kid looks so cute and she's eating fries, and the mother or father's like, oh God, oh Jesus Christ. Oh, I hate this, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And then a little kid says something like, Mama, why are those people standing there? And she goes, just shut up and eat your fries. And you go, what a horrible mother. Why doesn't she just answer her? How hard can it be to just answer her? You know what? You don't know what you're talking about. Because when a kid asks a question why, you tell her why, and she wants to know why that. 2. And then you tell her why that. She wants to know why that. She takes every idea and deconstructs it to the point, I don't even know who I am anymore when we finish talking. The other day she's like, Papa, why is there rain? Oh, because the water fell out of the sky. Why? Because it was in a cloud. Why? Because it came from the lake. Why? Because it got hot and it evaporated. Why? Because the earth is hotter when it's nearer to the sun. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Why? Because I didn't pay attention when it was taught to me in school. I didn't listen to anything anybody said to me. Why? Because I have no moral compass and I'm useless. I've never done the right thing. Why? Because my parents didn't raise me right. They didn't even try. Why? Because they just had sex in a car and here I am and they've just been waiting for me to get out of their lives. I'm only stopping to be polite. It goes on for hours. Hours. It gets so abstract. She's like, why? Well, because some things are and some things are not. Why? Because things that are not can't be. Why? Because then nothing would be aren't. There wouldn't be any not things. Why? Eat your fucking fries. Shut the fuck up and eat your fries. Fucking little motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Nah, she talks, man. They talk, and you have to say shit back. You can't just go, Papa, look at the bird. You can't just go. I always want to do that. Like, she says really weird shit sometimes. The other day she said to me, Indian beauty. I was like, what? Indian beauty. I was like, what does that mean? Indian beauty. Yeah, but what do you mean by that? She just looks at me and I go, yeah, don't talk unless you have a sentence to say, all right? Because that's a huge waste of my fucking time. Jesus Christ. Like the other day, she wants to say, excuse me. She says, accuse me. That's not even close to meaning the same thing. All right? Accuse you of what? That you don't know how to fucking talk? Yeah. Yeah, you don't. Fucking shut it till it works, all right? Fucking kid is full of shit. Her favorite song is the alphabet song, right? That's what I call it, the alphabet song. You know what she calls it? The name of the song is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. She says, I want to sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, oh, well, now let's not sing it, because you fucking ruined it for whoever's listening. That's not the title of the song, you fucking idiot. That's the fucking song. Jesus, motherfucking Christ. Anyway, so that's my kid. I know I'm going to hell, but so is every other parent, because you're all the same. It's fucking horrible. Hell is an interesting thought, though. What is hell really like? I always wonder, is there like a schedule in hell? Like they tell you first, okay, you go in that room, and then some monster fucks you up the ass for 1,000 years. Then you come out and you're like, woo! Woo! Man, that was, like, don't go in there again. Whoa! To the next person, if I were you, I'd wait. And they go, all right, now you're scheduled to go in there. You go in there and they rip off your head. They always show, like in these pictures, they rip off your head, but then they got to sew it back on so they can keep fucking with you. Like they rip it off, and all right, put them back together because otherwise you can't torture them anymore. And then, but what if you're in hell and you're not sure what's next? Like they go, just go wait over there for a minute, and you're waiting like in a hallway in hell, and some demon comes up to you. Come over here, you suck my dick. Now you're blowing this demon, and you're in hell, and it's awful. And he comes in your face, runs away laughing, whatever. But what if after you blow that demon, some guy in charge of hell walks in and he goes, you didn't have to blow that guy. He just hangs out here. He's not part of your damnation or anything. What did you blow him for? He said suck my dick, so say no. What are you, a pussy? Jesus, man, stick up for yourself. Fucking loser. He blew Joey. You believe this guy? Sorry, I gotta go. I was walking past a yoga spinning fucking people place, and the door was open, and I look inside, and this guy's standing in front of a class, and he's just going like this, and he's going, come on, do it, come on, and everybody, all strangers that don't know each other, are going like this, and he's going, come on, all right, come on. And I thought, what fucking power this guy has. I wish I had that power over people. Even without the conceit of a class. Wouldn't it be great to be able to do that, like in an airport? A bunch of people waiting at a gate for a plane. It's like, come on, everybody do this. I'm like, oh, fuck, all right, Jesus, why am I have to do this? It's bullshit, and late, and I gotta fucking do this. Come on, you two, come on! I actually took a yoga class, and it was great. It's amazing the shit they get you to do that you didn't know you could do. I was doing stuff I had no idea I was capable of, like sucking two penises at the same time. I didn't think I could do that. Mine and his. How did it's actually that flexible, I could sword fight in my own mouth. All right. Good night. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the show. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming, guys.
How awful is that when your doctor rapes you? That's got to just be horrible. Who do you turn to?
Well,
got the rape kit right there.
You got to go back to him to stitch you up.
No, I went to get some dental work done, and they knocked me out, and I woke up with a sore throat, and I was really certain that somebody did me in the mouth.
Really?
I was sleeping. But the way I look at it is, if you have people come into your office and you're knocking them out, how do you not at least lick their face? How do you not give them the finger right to their face, lick their face?
Something.
Yeah, something.
We were talking about how doctors they're just people. They're guys, they get a little worked up, and if you're a dentist and this beautiful woman comes in, and now she's completely knocked out, you're alone in there.
We call it the perv switch.
The perv switch.
Everyone has it. Everyone has it.
And some people get turned on.
It makes people pervs. Opportunity does.
You're just sitting there with your little pick going, I've got a little bicuspid problem here. We're just going I've got to see those cans! I got You just lose your mind and then rip her shirt open. And you got to fondle.
And you just lose everything.
Yeah,
you start laughing at her boobs, and
she's unconscious. Yes, we got the number 8 molar on the top. I'm seeing the. Oh gosh, I gotta grab her crotch.
I just have click. She's unconscious right in front of you.
Of course, and then
just breathing heavy, and her boobs are just rising.
Yeah. They're heaving,
and you're just trying to control yourself.
I think that's how most men would use any superpower, That's how we would use anything.
That's about as close to a superpower as you can get.
Yes, it is.
You are a knockout man. Yep. You can they come to you with the total knowledge that you will knock them unconscious, and that's it. You just got to make sure you button the shirt right. You ever button your shirt and it's uneven at the bottom and you go, oh, what did I do? You got to make sure you don't do that to her.
They always fumble and they put both breasts back in the same bra holster. They just fumble nervously.
Always a screw up.
They got to put it back quickly before she wakes up.
I woke up feeling like something had happened. I felt like dirtier in some way, and then I realized my bra was on where my panties belong, and vice versa.
I had tapioca in my hair.
So when you're getting knocked out, if you're a woman, if you're getting knocked out by the dentist, you should write, you pig on your boobs.
Or I have AIDS.
Welcome to the world of AIDS. Like you can get AIDS from looking at a sleeping woman's boob.
That would freak you out, though, if she had a message for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you say, where do you draw the line? How about the guy that works, at the funeral home, who's in the room by himself all the time,
Well, those stories happen, too.
Those stories
happen, too. How do you not? How do you not?
It depends on how fresh it is, I think.
Yeah. And how they died. If it was a bad fire, you might want to let that one go.
I love how Jimmy says might.
You might, but then again, it's...
a
lot of sex is curiosity, a lot of sexual urge. How many, boobs that have been on fire have you seen?
Sure, what would it be like to have sex with beef jerky?
Yeah, exactly.
There's
that's easy to find out.
A few guys decided they saw a woman's obit in the paper, and she was attractive. They found her grave.
Yeah.
We're in the midst of digging up her grave. One guy wanted to have sex with this dead woman. So he gets 2 of his friends who weren't going to have
friends. Fellas, come on.
Yeah, come on. They were going to dig her up so he could take her home and have sex with her.
Wow.
And then,
based on the picture in the obituary.
And then the host from Dateline walked out. What are you doing here?
Are you going to have sex?
Oh, I was just going to dig her up and hang out with her.
Having sex with a corpse.
Why would you want to do that? I mean, I'm a pervert.
Why would you want to do that?
Those are good friends.
That's
you.
yeah.
No kidding.
That's the word.
All right, look, dude, I understand. Sure.
Yeah, I get it. You know, she is hot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to join you. I understand she's your chick, dude. You know, bros before, dead hoes.
Dude, I'll do the digging, and you can.
It's tough to talk your friends into moving a couch when you.
Yeah, how the hell did they talk
these guys into? You know, I want to dig up a chick because I want to have sex with her.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Ugh. Like, is there a point where you go like? Are they going to go for this? Like, you got to really know your friends.
Yes.
You had to have been through some other stuff. You don't just work yourself. You don't go right from, hey, you know, you want to go out, drink a few beers to, you know, dig up this dead chick so I could have sex with her.
And her friends go, is she having an orgasm or decomposing?
How do you break that to your friends? Like, do you say it as a joke? And like, as you're all laughing,
but seriously though,
but then you look and you're not laughing, you're staring at them over your beer.
Well, they must have some
with
history.
shovels.
They must have history. Like, well, come on, remember the time I helped you drink that homeless guy's urine? You know?
Yeah, there's got to be something in their history. All of them.
I helped you wipe that kid's blood off your bumper. All right.
Remember? Dude, a hair, and you would have been caught on that bumper.
Hey,
and we helped you clean the whole thing up. All right.
At least the guy didn't want to have an orgy. You know how much digging that would have been that night?
Hey, let's go to Kelly in Syracuse. Kelly.
Hey, boys. How you doing?
Pretty good, Kelly.
Hi.
I had a friend that when she was younger, she was molested by her older brother. And so she was going to a shrink in order to get help with that, and her shrink was molesting her.
Well, wait, how old was she that he was molested? Was she an adult or was she a kid?
She was a teenager when the shrink was. He was hypnotizing her and then molesting her.
Well, her brother didn't shrink. What was she wearing? I mean, you know, sometimes they bring it on themselves by the way they carry themselves and walk around.
You're not going to find sympathy here. You realize how hot that sounds, right?
I know.
Well, again, why be a shrink if you're not going to molest the vulnerable?
Why hypnotize a woman if you can't convince her?
Why hypnotize? That's the whole point of hypnotizing anyone is that they're a woman and you're going to touch their bodies with your penis. That's the entire point of the exercise.
So what ended up happening there, Kelly?
I think there just ended up being a lawsuit, but I figured you guys would find that pretty hot that she actually got molested.
You throw away the coin and just swing a bag in front of her face. You're getting sleepy.
How did he get caught?
He was molesting quite a few of his patients, actually.
Yeah.
It turned out that he was molesting quite a few of his patients.
But they were kids, though, or like 19-year-old, 18-year-old girls?
She was grown up.
They were like 13, 14.
Oh, well, now I recant everything. Unacceptable.
All right, let's go to Matt. He's a dentist in Georgia. Matt, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You know, I just have to, I'm on the way to work listening to you, and just brought back memories for just a second of this past summer when it's really hot outside. These, I don't know, these cheerleaders, they come in with these midriff T-shirts.
Oh, my gosh.
These frickin' gym shorts, and she's laying back in the chair.
Yeah.
I lay her back, and you know how their hip bones, how high, when they're skinny as hell, their pants kind of come up.
Yeah, they kind of ride on top, and you can see right down there.
Oh, my God, and I'm laying there.
He's a dentist.
And Mom's in the room with me. And,
good thing.
She's 17 years old, and I'm...
Who, Mom?
Oh, no. No. Mom's nowhere near, but...
You know how the deities ride up?
Doesn't Mom know, though, when she's got a hot daughter like that, doesn't she look at you when the kid's asleep and go ahead, man, I know. Go ahead.
She's sitting there daring me to, and I mean, and I'm working, I'm kind of halfway looking down, and I look down, and her eyes are looking straight at me.
Yeah. You're thinking of a whole different root canal.
Wait. You know a dentist is up to something when they come in for a cavity and he pulls all her teeth?
Watch it out, guys.
Wait, dude, who was looking at you, the girl or the mother?
Well, no, the girl was looking at me. The mom was sitting in the corner of the room.
So you're taking peeks as you do your work there?
It's impossible. I mean, you're laying them back. They're laying essentially in your lap. And a lot of these ladies, they come in with low-cut blouses on.
Yeah, but see, you said in the summer in their cheerleading outfits. They don't wear cheerleading outfits. That was your fantasy, right?
Well, this guy's got a pervert switch that's very, very close to the surface.
We all do, though. All right, thank you, Matt. Let's say hi to Dane Cook. Dane!
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, have you ever been molested?
No, but those are some great stories.
Yeah, gotta watch The Dentist. We were talking about the perv switch. Everyone has one. You know, you get these stories in the paper where the dentist is molesting the patients when they're under.
My feeling on molestation is that, like, right around 3rd or 4th grade, like, it should just be mandatory you're molested.
And that way everybody will have dealt with it.
Everybody's got a fair deal. We've all been diddled somewhere or another, and we can all say, you know what, I know the feeling. Let's just move on. We got it.
Even fat kids?
No. Fat kids should not be molested. Just so they have to go to therapy and cry about how nobody touched them. One more humiliation.
Well, you gotta think
fat plate.
You gotta think there were people growing up that wish they were molested, and no one paid attention to them.
Wish.
No one paid attention to them.
I don't think there'd be a wish.
Daddy, I'm going to take a shower now.
Go ahead, don't bug me.
Doing everything you can, and no attention's being paid.
I can't get the water temperature right. Could you help me? Ask your mother.
Man.
Damn.
When I was a kid, my grandmother goes, "What makes you so funny?" And I go, "A small penis." And my grandfather goes, "No, you don't have a small penis, but your brother does, right?"
Yeah, you got a laugh for that.
Yeah, you got a little. I think that was the courtesy laugh from Dane.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm
No,
selling out the